So I had a friend say that they were rage baiting me and that I lived in a different reality. And my response to that is, where was your God when people were being enslaved, when people were being raped, when people were being ostracized for simply existing under his all knowing power? When people are currently being pretty much exterminated and pretty much dominated under structures that they have absolutely no free will to actually navigate, right? Where's your God? Because the last time that I checked, I'm in the reality that respects the experiences that people are having, and I'm trying to the best of my ability help and honor those experiences while those individuals navigate those difficulties. So while you live in the reality in which you believe that there is some sky daddy that's going to go ahead and fix everything while this place is going to shit, and I live in the reality that acknowledges that there are individuals that need to kind of have their experience delegated, or at least, I don't know, maybe their perspectives expanded. I would like to think that the perspectives that I hold and the way that I operate might be a little bit past what you might be able to comprehend. And just because it's outside of what you might comprehend to be your reality, an ant can't comprehend the reality that we are experiencing, much less you being able to comprehend the reality that other individuals are experiencing that are not navigating the circumstances that you were born into. So I would be very grateful that you were blessed to be born into circumstances that would allow you to completely ignore other people's lived experiences and to simply say that that is another person's, I don't know, opinion by contrast of what actual fact is. But I guess I might live in a different reality. And this is the part that really has me curious, right? When somebody who has a perspective of a Christian that says that there are certain things that are simply choice, that are simply, ordained by a higher power, right? How many of these people who are criticizing these constructs and these actions and these belief systems have actually then held the perspective or experienced these things that they are then condemning? Because as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware of, the life that I've lived as a black individual does not allow another person who is white, who has not walked a day in the life that I have lived, to then have a perspective that is comparable, or actually that holds weight to understand that the struggles that I've had due to the specific perspective that I've had due to the life that I've been born into, right? That because of all of those structures might have led me to then believe, or to then maybe experience, not even believe, but to experience life a different way. Because of the fact that I was born into structures that enforced me to experience and perceive life in a different way than somebody who doesn't have any melanin in their skin, is the exact same way that somebody who is religious, who insists with their fucking dick, their pussy, and every fucking aspect of their being that they have the autonomy and the right to then dictate what is real to other beings outside of their lived experience. I find it a little bold that people are able to then speak with so much strength and conviction that they have the knowledge that is then objective and beneficial to another person's perspective. And I say this with all the kindness that I can muster within my being. But sometimes the best thing that you can do is sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and it's not gonna be it's not a very fun experience, right? Except that you might be fucking wrong about things that you might have come to believe. Because at that exact same breath that you are so willing to cling to your belief systems and your perspectives, you are in that exact same breath no better than anybody who's then denied anybody their humanity under any other construct that they then believed themselves to be superior. So if you then, in that exact same breath, think that slavery, that the concept of the Holocaust, that there's any construct that then allowed another human to think that they were superior than another being that was false or incorrect, if you think that you are above that perspective and you hold the belief that certain lived experiences are simply a choice because you choose to believe that, then stop and maybe think that your perspective might not be correct. I don't know what to tell you. And the crazy part is, as I'm stating this, I get a text or a little notification from Twitter that says on the first day of Pride Month. And it's insane because I didn't even realize it was Pride Month, right? But from every individual who's not identified as a heterosexual who's walked this earth up until this point, and every individual who's been ostracized and criticized and demonized, I'll wait for your God to go ahead and show up with more grace, more compassion, more understanding than I do. And at that point, I'll bow to him. But until that fucking point, your God is dead to me. And I will sooner shit in my hands and clap before I agree to anything else. So I hope you guys have a great night and be blessed.